Heroin use is on the rise across the country among men and women in most age groups and at all income levels. That according to recent numbers from the CDC.
As KWQC's Morgan Otier reports, our area is not immune to the heroin epidemic, and neither are expectant mothers.
It's a demographic with historically low rates of drug use, but now the CDC says more women are using heroin.
Because it's becoming more widespread, pregnant moms are not exempt from that.
And neither are their babies. Here in the NICU, babies are either born prematurely or they're here because they're sick, and some are sick because they're addicted.
We really want to encourage moms to seek the help while they're pregnant or during their pregnancy, during prenatal care. So
Kim Nimrick is the nurse manager at the Genesis East Birth Center. She says expectant mothers struggling with addiction could be facing the loss of a baby if they don't address it.
Heroin is a drug that produces an extreme high and then an extreme low, and so they're going.
She says those highs and lows can be a major threat to pregnancy.
Heroin is very hard on the body.
Mary Engholm is the executive director at RICA, the Rock Island County Council on Addictions.
For an expectant mother to try to come off of heroin, almost always they will lose the baby.
She's talking about detox.
And you're going to suffer. You're going to have body and leg cramps, nausea, diarrhea, sleeplessness, sweats, hot and cold sweats.
While moms-to-be shouldn't be taking drugs at all, they're not encouraged to quit heroin cold turkey.
You know, you don't want to put her in detox because the symptoms are so severe. So what they do is we'll put her on a methadone management program.
We are seeing more moms come in that are addicted to either heroin or that are on the methadone program.
Methadone is a legally prescribed medication, but it's also an opioid, just like heroin. So why put a pregnant addict on another drug?
Methadone doesn't affect the body systems like heroin does.
What methadone does is it kind of helps keep them on an even keel. It's a good medication, and it shouldn't be seen as something negative that we're giving a drug-addicted mom a drug.
Addiction experts agree putting mom on a methadone program is better than the alternative.
And you will have a baby born addicted to methadone. You know, at least the baby will be born.
Usually, those addicted infants end up in the neonatal intensive care unit, or NICU.
Immediately we see the withdrawal signs.
Dr. Sunny Arakat says just like an adult detoxing from an opioid, babies also feel the symptoms of withdrawal.
The babies may be very jittery and they can have excessive crying, irritability, and not sleeping well. Some do have diarrhea, throwing up. They may have high temperature sometimes, and they may breathe fast.
Other symptoms won't show up for months or even years.
Down the road, you know, the main things are like the neurodevelopment, especially learning disabilities.
To avoid sometimes deadly seizures, newborns going through withdrawal are given morphine or phenobarbital, gradually weaning them off the drugs already in their system.
From 4 hours to 6 hours to 8 hours to 12 hours to 24 hours, and then stop it.
Doctors and nurses say it's important for expectant mothers to be honest about their struggle with addiction.
Our ultimate goal is to give them quality, compassionate care. We do that in a non-judgmental way.
Hospital workers are mandatory reporters. If they suspect child abuse, like prenatal drug use, they will need to contact DHS. But they say addicted moms should not be afraid to do the right thing.
When they seek help and are willing to receive the treatment that they need, that's showing that they're at a better place to parent the baby, so that actually works in their favor.
She says keeping families together is important, but more important is keeping that newborn alive and healthy. Morgan Otier, KWQC TV 6 News.
If you're struggling with addiction, area treatment centers encourage you to contact them. We have listed locations on the Born Addicted story on our website. And if you want to share your story of heroin or opioid addiction, you can contact Morgan Otier on social media or via email.